Не то. Всем привет, с вами снова я Демро, и я продолжаю проходить Волка среди нас, пятый эпизод, да. И вот сразу же продолжаю, Ведьмин колодец, поехали.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to...
Дядечка идет.
He's back.
The crooked man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Он клевый, чувак, я говорил, что он
Are
клевый.
you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
А
At
как
the
я
Crooked
выгляжу?
Man's place.
Как я
What?
выгляжу?
Don't I look okay?
I guess you've been worse.
Да, бывало и
You
хуже.
did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily.
Налетели!
She was my sister.
Понеслось.
Where the fuck do you get
Тихо,
off?
тихо, тихо,
You
по
have
одному.
the right to just do this to people? You're a fucking crook.
Вот это его там это будет, блин, жуть.
Can I have your
Да, давайте
attention?
по одному
Thank
все
you all
же.
for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't
Ты отдал
mean to
приказ.
interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Твою
Is
мать,
he
ублюдок.
still out there?
I sincerely hope not. Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Окей.
I killed him. He's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything.
Я
We'll
не стал
deal with it
скрывать.
later, but right now you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What
Дай
other
ей закончить.
charges?
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical
И в
artifacts.
том, что он был
And
мудаком.
for being a condescending prick.
Ну, извини. Я ведь это, ну
Now,
это
is there
добавил.
anything you would like to say?
Вот теперь можешь говорить, чувак.
First of all, I had
Да
nothing
мы
to do
поняли,
with
мы
Faith and Lily.
поняли.
You can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's
Пусть он
obvious.
выскажется, пусть
Everyone
выскажется.
just shut up for a minute. You
Дайте
wanted
ему
a
высказаться.
chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak
Да
for?
подождите, успокойтесь, дайте ему
The
сказать уже
Crooked Man
что-нибудь.
has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to let
is
him
about
talk?
Какого черта, да успокойтесь вы,
If
мать
we're ever
вашу!
going to pull ourselves together and
Что вы такие
make
нервные-то
something of
все?
this town, we have to start doing things correctly.
Я всё
No
понимаю,
more
но подождите.
snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
Рассказывай. Сейчас пригодится какое-нибудь говно, я серьезно говорю. Вот
You
сейчас...
have the floor.
Не.
Thank you, Miss White.
Сейчас
You've all
начнется.
met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he
Стой на
was.
месте, чувак. Не
He was a
этого.
total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an...
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful?
Помог?
I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
На меня напали, а чё, какая
Yeah,
помощь?
and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people, use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you,
Я, если что, ребят, молчу, потому что я думаю, просто я не могу понять, что просто как бы все странно, поэтому... В общем, слушаем их. Я не
Yes,
знаю.
but
wasn't I?
We didn't abandon anyone. We've been trying to help them.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much, but they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor?
No. The wolf offered me the job. She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Я за Снежку.
Don't blame Snow, she had her reasons. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man. That's why Snow wanted your tree burned.
That's not why.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Окей, мы будем стараться. Но я не знаю, что еще сказать тут более подходящее.
Haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you from people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
They're right.
Спасибо.
You're all still afraid of him,
спасибо.
even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over.
О, Борода
And
за
those
нас,
girls
Борода, это
will
самое
have
главное.
their
Он самый
justice.
веселый тут на самом деле, он забавный. Ух ты. Ух ты. Ну, окей, мы просто красноречивы, но...
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded.
Плевать, просто убить. Ладно, окей, я шучу на самом деле.
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit.
поддержал.
I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Yes,
ты ответственный,
you're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your
Я избил
Under
его?
my watch.
Ты не охренел, чувак? Я почти даже не трогал его.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
Я не буду посылать ни
Snow
Борода,
had
ни
nothing to do
Снежку.
with it. We all thought she was dead.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right
Хапнул,
before you decided to
хапнул.
kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but
Бигби,
I must
пожалуйста,
perish
дайте
for
мне
mine.
ударить его.
Completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to
Ну нет,
answer for
чувак,
their
ты не
own
прав.
crimes.
Isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Давай, Биг.
Everyone, just shut the fuck up.
I mean, a certain level of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always.
Окей, меня так послушали
This
все.
is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens?
Ах ты ублюдок.
Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White?
Ух ты. Может, ты решишься?
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say
Нериса, ты
something.
вовремя.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
Ей есть что
She
сказать.
has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped
Nerissa,
just
ты
one
просто
toe
сука.
out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly
Нет,
irregular.
Вивиана
Be
покончила с собой.
quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Она хотела освободить вас.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker.
Ох ты ж, блин.
Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because
Вот и
of you.
подтверждение.
And this just
Пожалуйста.
confirms it.
2 на...
He
Все.
made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
I'm Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me?
Me too.
Поддерживаю.
That's it.
Я с вами,
Down
ребят.
the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take two people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you
Я
go free after
могу.
this.
Я просто намекнул.
Always rip your arms off first. Would you enjoy that?
Well done then.
Ну и ладно.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody.
Бабушка,
We
это тоже
can
права.
imprison him.
Можно, да,
Lock
запереть.
him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
А если выберется?
How can we be sure he won't escape?
да,
I
да,
can
да.
help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has a
more
point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been
I
enough
don't give a
bloodshed
shit
So we
what
get
you
rid
do.
of him.
As long as you
Dangerous.
get him out of
We
here.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up!
Так вы меня не
Clearly,
впутывайте,
we're
сами
having
решайте
trouble
все, я тут не
agreeing
хочу
on a
решать.
suitable punishment. So I think
This
we...
is going nowhere.
Someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting
Мы должны
yourself.
проголосовать, да, вот
Should have a
общее
vote.
мнение.
Make
Вот,
it
да,
democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
да.
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense.
Ну
to me.
спасибо,
I guess it
огромное спасибо вам.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Отлично.
Just do what you think is right.
Твою мать, твою мать, твою мать.
Yes, Sheriff.
Оторвать ему голову, твою
Do what you
мать.
think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
No.
He has to
We
die.
can lock him
Just
away.
fucking get rid of him.
Ну подожди. Ух ты ж, блин. Ни хрена себе. Зря, чувак. Вот просто, ну просто зря, мужик. Тварь, умри! Ну, я не знаю, умрет ли он в ведьмином колодце или нет.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment.
Он сам решил за меня, это как раз, кстати, радует.
When you try to sleep.
Ему Тихо. Так, оторвать ему голову, запереть его, сбросить в ведьмин колодец. Ну, оторвать голову, блин, ну... Негуманно как-то. Запереть его. Я не знаю, что, ребят, сделать. Сбросить... Давайте просто сбросим в ведьмин колодец.
Just between us, I was gonna let you live. But now...
Твою мать, ну...
You're going to miss me.
Скучать по тебе? Чувак,
No,
прости.
I won't.
Восторжествует справедливость. Ну, по крайней мере, это гуманно. То есть, это по-человечески, как бы, и все, кто
For Lily and Faith.
обвинены, типа, в этом.
Yes.
И...
Another one of us to erase from the books.
Ну, ведь он был ублюдком, ну, ребят, чего вы так этого? Ну, чего вы этоваетесь, а? Я не знаю, ребят, серьезно. Просто жесть. Не знаю, что сказать. На самом деле, страшно. А вдруг он правда был клевым, крутой. Ладно, черт с ним. Хотя мы тому сказали, что разорвем его. Ну, думаю, видимо, колодцу у нас страдается, поэтому... Как-никак, мы, наверное, молодцы. Я так считаю. Ладно, посмотрим. Я хочу второй сезон игры. Нахер. Плевать, я хотел на все эти другие игры. Нахер эти все The Walking Dead, волка мне.
For the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Great.
Кого на ферму-то везти? Эй, меня? Зачем меня? Ребята.
This fucking line.
У нее ленточка, кстати, была как у всех остальных.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Ох, спасибо, все в порядке. Мы можем поговорить. Мы можем поговорить?
Listen, Snow, can we talk? I wanted to...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Окей. Что-то оно нас динамит как-то серьезно. О, борода. Добрый день.
Good morning, Miss White.
И вам. Окей, понесем-ка мы, наверное, ключи. Вообще, кому мы несем ключи? Нет, я понял, что вот этому зелененькому.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
Серьезно, что ли, Колин? Нет, Колин, подожди, ты серьезно, что ли? Какого черта? Куда? Ну, не знаю, окей, он меня хотя бы обрадовал. Окей, просто, правда, Колин клёвый тут, он просто вышел с лифта. Как он на лифте поехал? Наверное, жаб помог. Просто вышел с лифта, он на самом деле здоровский. Хоть он и свин, но он клёвый. Получается, его не везут на ферму, тогда кого? Жаб только, да, получается? Но ведь жабу мы дали деньги, называются. И, по идее, не он, не должно быть. Как бы не он должен уезжать. А кто? Блин, я не знаю, ребят, серьезно. А, нет, жаб. Так мы же... Получается, мы просто деньги дали ему, серьезно, что ли? Жаб, ты серьезно?
Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
Как дела? Прости за все, я пытался помочь. Не драматизируй. Серьезно, просто не драматизируй. Я и так помог, я дал тебе денег. Ты не смог купить чар, кто виноват?
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please?
Окей.
Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so...
Окей, передам. О, он такой милый. Конечно, передам, нет проблем.
Sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best.
Кто там? О, жучок.
It's
Мисс
a
Снежки
willow
от
beetle.
Тиджея.
That's a
Ох ты
big
клёво,
one.
он милый.
They're cool, cause when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
That's real nice.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Мне жаль.
I'm sorry, TJ, but look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around. And a nice
Речка,
river
серьезно?
nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Но это должно радовать
Even
его.
in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Monday seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on, it won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No, some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves, so you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey,
Bigby!
Серьезно, правда обидно.
Where's your friend, Colin?
А Колин?
Where's the fucking pig?
Он остается, наверное, он сбежал. Откуда мне знать? Я не хочу ему говорить, просто он обидится, ну... Ну, жаб, прости меня, дружище. Я не хотел. О, Нериса. Эй! Оу, через нее такси проехало, это что сейчас было? Ладно. Эй, Нериса, давай попрощаемся. Куда ты собралась хоть ехать?
Hi.
Привет.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I
Да?
guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able
Прошлое,
to.
я понимаю, снять
It's
ленточку.
just...
Отпустить
You
прошлое,
need to
да?
let that go. How are you gonna move on if you...
Bigby, I know you're trying to help, but this is just something I need to do on my own. Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
Рассказывай.
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the crooked man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place.
Marissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the crooked man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
Пыталась защитить их,
You
да?
were
Ну, поддержать надо ее, как бы.
just trying to
мне
protect
кажется.
them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the crooked man. But then... Oh, God.
Коснулся ее руки, дайте сигарету, расскажи подробнее. Коснулся ее руки, окей. Чего? Она улыбнулась, значит, мы вроде все правильно сделали.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
I guess it worked out in the end. I can't hold that against you.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
О, серьезно?
I walked her over here, and I left her.
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The crooked man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
It's going to be different now, I promise. Things like that won't happen anymore. Not while I'm around.
You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I go out there, and I do my job. I put my life on the line. I get shot at. I do what has to be done for them. But at the end of the day, I'm still the bad guy.
I know, but they'll come around. You'll see. After everything you've done for us. Maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the crooked man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the crooked man,
Я совершил много ошибок, да.
I've been making a lot of mistakes lately.
But you've also done a lot of good. Don't forget that. You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Удачи.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
What? Это ведь... Охренеть. Серьезно, это ведь... Ведь это Вера говорила.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little
Did Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Получается, это Вера? Пойти за ней, позволить уйти. Я не знаю, серьезно, если это Вера, получается, то она подкинула голову в чарах другому. Но, в принципе, я думаю, что не стоит уже как бы идти за ней, поэтому я позволить уйти. Пусть идет, живет своей жизнью. Я надеюсь, ее не убьют. Просто... Окей. Надеюсь, я сделал правильный выбор. Не знаю, но... Окей. В любом случае, как-никак, все живы-здоровы. Ну, относительно, да, как бы живы-здоровы. Увидимся. Это, по-моему, был голос ее или же голос Кровавой Мэри. Но Кровавая Мэри не могла быть, так как я ее убил, поэтому... Как-то так. На этом все, да? Серьезно, что ли? Окей. Я смотрю человека, убил его. О, Джей передать, конечно, передам. Инна за Нарисой. Не пошли. Окей, ладно. О, я не знаю, ребят, серьезно. Карточки. Блин, обидно. Это, видимо, из-за перевода. Тут не написано ничего, что, видимо, тут должно быть написано, что они обо мне думают, или просто показывают всех, кто и как. Я не знаю, в общем. Да, наверное, просто показывают всех, кто там этот. А это кто? Вот это кто? Это ведь... Твою мать, что случилось? Видимо. Ух ты ж, блин. Так вот. Мне очень нравится игра, серьезно. Это стала одна из моих любимых игр, серьезно. Она волшебная. Я еще с первого эпизода сказал, что она клевая. Серьезно, мне очень нравится она. Я очень рад Telltale Games. Ребят, молодцы. Я не буду говорить сейчас ничего, не буду говорить мнение свое об игре, да. Я сделаю как бы новый небольшой проект. Я расскажу вам мнение уже в отдельном видео. Именно про волка, то есть. В общем, вы скоро все увидите. Я сделаю небольшой проект, выложу, вы посмотрите. Я скажу свое мнение, скажу что да как, почему и как. Скажу... Что и как, в общем, ребят, вы поняли. Не знаю, вроде концовка нормальная, немного странная. Как бы остались загадки, да, как-никак. Какие-то, поэтому... Я хочу второй сезон, да, это все, что я вам скажу сейчас. А более подробно я расскажу в новом видео. По волку. Поэтому я даже не знаю, наверное. На этом все, как бы. С вами был Дедом Рой, и... Что? Узнаете, что будет дальше? Приобретите комиксы сегодня. Ух ты, то есть, получается, есть комиксы... Нет, я знал, что есть комиксы, но... Получается, есть продолжение комиксам, то есть, как бы... Вау. Надо найти. Серьезно, надо найти, где купить комиксы, и купить все комиксы. И прочитать, так как я, можно сказать, да, стал фанатом этой игры. Она клевая. Получается, я стал фанатом комиксов, скорее всего. Я думаю, мне не понравится, если не по этому сюжету. Хотя они наверняка по этому сюжету, точнее, наоборот, игра по сюжету Фейблтауна. В общем, давайте, удачи вам всем, ребят. Пока-пока-пока.